Hey y'all, it's me, Laura B, at Craft and See with Laura B. How is everyone today? I am fine. Let's see. I'm recording this on Sunday. I was gonna have it go up tomorrow, but I realized that, oh, wait a minute, I had recorded a 26-minute video on how I did this. And completely forgot about it with the whole surgery thing going on. It just like slipped my mind until I went to record this, and I was, you accidentally hit record for a few seconds and you go to delete it and it's showing this other video, and I was like, huh, it had this cover, and I was like, huh, what is that? So I, looked at it a little bit of it, and it's like, oh, I'd forgotten all about this. Wow. Excuse my sniff, my blow. I have got to blow a nose. Anyway, so let me get right into this. This is what I have done so far, because I know I didn't do it in that last video. Okay, so here's the front cover. I don't know if anyone remembers that I had made this on tissue paper and used oxide sprays, stains I think it is, on a stencil, and it made this really nice cover. There we go. And so I went ahead, I ran with it, and I knew I was going to make a journal cover out of it. I wasn't sure how, and I finally figured it out to a degree. What I did is took the green hanging file folders and cut it to where I needed it. You know how it has the score lines in the spine? I just used all of them. It is a smaller journal than I actually had anticipated because I wasn't thinking. But anyway, one signature, here we go. And what I did is just took the arms that I had, where it folded down on one of them, and I ran with that. And so I made pocket here, one pocket here. This one was supposed to be gusseted until I did that. And this was the end of it. These were the ends of it because they had already had the score marks in it, and I meant to gusset it, and then I actually did, and then I sewed. And so here we go. This is Louse Heinzle. This is Louse Heinzle. This is Junk Journal Studio, and this is Petals and Parchment. That's what we have so far. Anyway, this is from her. I think these are freebies for her beautiful. She has a mushroom kit, and actually, it's not even on there anymore because she had to go and get all these for me. It was a question on. I'm such a did not know. You call me a doofus or whatever, but I did not know when you're on Ko-fi and they have a little, and you're looking at something like something to download, like a freebie or whatever, and they have a little arrow there and it says high res. I thought that meant the photo was high res and not to click that arrow for downloading it. I did not know that because I just when she told me that, I'm like, oh, okay. And I told her what I thought. We both had a good chuckle. Anyway, so she had to go. It took her a hot second because she had to go get download these for me, do all the computer stuff to get them for me. And I apologize for the bruises on my knuckles. Story about that. And here is the little, file folder. I know there's a name for that, but I'm just not pulling up, and I need to glue that. So this is a belly band along with a pocket seat. I tried not to do too many pockets on it. This is Junk with Steph, and this is just something I printed out and then coffee stained real quick. This is from, I think this is German, I'm pretty sure, and I bought it from a seller on Etsy quite a while ago, and I actually went through all of my Happy Mail finally. I mean, I've been hoarding some of this stuff for like 2 years. Just put it in a drawer and put it in a drawer. I know, put it in a drawer and just hoarded it, and then finally went through it. It was one of my things to do when I was sequestered upstairs, but I wanted to get on something else, so I hurried up and did it like the day before surgery. Anyway, and same thing here. Put another one of these pages in it. Cut a hole out so you could see this. Oh, hang on. Sorry. All right. Sorry about that. That was my neighbor, Jeff. They went on camping for the weekend, and we live on a well, 4 properties, and I'm the last one. Anyway, he has the well house on his property, and so he's the manager of it, and he goes camping, and all of a sudden, the water pressure, I don't know how it happened, but we had no water Friday, I think it was. Might have been early Saturday. Yeah, it was yesterday. Anyway, he thought something about pressure, water pressure, but his dad kind of cleared it a little bit and got the water going. His dad is up here for the summer. He lives in Arizona. Let's close that. Anyway, so it was him calling and saying that the problem was a water leak that was reducing the pressure, but then the pump wouldn't shut off, and apparently so now the leak is bigger, and now his pump house is starting to flood, and yeah, so he's calling me to tell me he's shutting off the water for a little bit. And I told him, wow, you guys are home early from your camping trip. It's only 11 o'clock. Anyway, so here we go. Told you about this. Here's this. This is Junk Journal Studio, and then right on into here, another mushroom, cute little mushroom background paper from Petals and Parchment, Elizabeth, and then my acetate, and all of that is covered up to this, and this is Junk with Steph. So I really like how that lends itself. You know, so you have this, and oh, look at that. Yay, look at that. And then you get this, another hole. You see Mr. Squirrely back there. And again, if anybody didn't know, I have the printable for inkjet and laser, I think it is, printable acetate, and I can't get it to print. It just smears. The sticky side, it just smears. So anyway, what I do is spray it with like oxide sprays. And then that one, the back of that, I lightly stenciled it with some of my fall leaves. And again, another one of the, you know what these, ledger. I'm like, y'all know what these are called. From that lady, and I will look up her name and I will put it in the description box. And it got an entire big thing, and I'm sure, I know I did a flip through of it. So here we have this. I took some of my ribbon, and made a little belly band. This is again Junk Journal Studios, and I don't know if you remembered from last year, I have all of these fall leaves that I, jelly printed on. And so what I did is oh shoot, get in there. I went ahead and sandwiched it in between a cereal bag and ironed it. And so this is what it came out like. I did my best to sew around it. It is not a very good job because, well, that ain't easy for a non-experienced seamstress such as myself. This is another one of her, no. Yeah, I think this is another one of hers. Yes, it is. And so there's that. And then, man, that sounded like the football thing. Another Junk with Steph with my coffee dyed paper, and into this pocket, which is another Junk with Steph. So we have to decorate that. Now this thing brings me to these dies that I got at the $1.25 store. They were not what I thought they were. I thought they were going to be borders that you could do, die cut borders on the papers, but they are not. This is what they do. So there is the wave, and then there's this little, I don't know, doohickey looking thing. Put it like this. And then there's the rainbow. And the rainbow, this is what it looks like. This is all it does. It does not cut off the ends. It just does this. So I guess it's great if you want to make a pocket, but it has to be a specific length. These are 5 inches. So your paper would have to, you know, you would have to want 5 inches in there. And I barely got that in there. I mean, as you can see, it went over a little bit and I wasn't that bothered by it. But if you want precision, you know, your pocket C's are going to have to be 5 inches or bigger. Bigger than 5 inches, actually. You know, so it goes in. Anyway, so I'm not sure that I like it. These are the pros and cons of it. You know, the pros is it makes a nice little sleeve there. You know, an interest. I think that makes an interesting pocket of some sort. But anyway, what say you guys? If you think there are any other ideas for it. Yes, and I made that journal tag big. Journal card big. Anyway, again, this is what it does. And this is all it does. So, nothing else. You know, and this would be hard because it's already getting all munched up. You know, trying to, so I repeated, you know, removal and insertion of cards. So there you have it, $1.25 store. If I had to buy it again, at this point, I would say no. Even for $1.25 and tax up here, I limited uses. Unless you guys can think of something else, because I've tried. I tried doing it at the edge of the page. I just tried. I kept trying. Anyway, so there you have it. I did my, excuse me, I gotta put a jacket on. I did my pros and cons on that one. And then we have this, again, stencils that I have. Tried to lightly do it. Here is another Junk with Steph. And here is one of the sweet little mushrooms background pages from Petals and Parchment. The end of that ledger. Excuse me, I keep belching. So I had forgotten I had done this little Arbor Day Foundation, you know, mail whatever back. And I glued it here. I had jelly printed with the leaves, is what I meant to say. So I jelly printed with all of my leaves. And I did it all over. It's under here too. And decided just to leave it as is. Because it lends perfectly to it. I don't really need to do anything different. Blah, blah, blah. There we have it. And in order to double down on keeping it on there, I went ahead and added some washi tape. And so far, I have taken yet another of those beautiful, beautiful magazines. I don't even know what you call them. And this is about Roll Amundsen. I don't know how you say it. I don't know how to correctly pronounce that last name. Put the inflections in everywhere. Anyway, he departs for the South Pole. And this is circa 1910. And what I did is I accordion folded it. And put this in here. And here comes Isabeau. Tromping down the stairs. Get in there. And it is delicate. You know, it is old. There we go. Officially old. My grandma was 97 when she died, and she was born in 22, I think it was. Isabel, come here. What do you need? 23. What do you need? Yes, okay, I see you. There you go. There your eyebrow. You gross little thing. You gross little thing. All right. Okay, go play. Go play. Go play. Go play. You hear me talking. So there you have that. The backside, Junk with Stuff, duh. And a little mushroom. Look at that little mushroom. I'm not a mushroom fan, but I sure like this kit. So, I don't know if it's still available. I would have to look. I am a follower of Petals and Parchment Elizabeth on Ko-fi, so I can't guarantee that it wasn't for that. And I do know the freebies, I think, for sure she had to go in the Wayback Machine or whatever to get it. So anyway, here's the other half of that. This, Junk with Stuff. A little pocket, which I've made a double pocket. So we have here and then there. I did not make, obviously I chose to put one there. Easier to get a card in and out of for me. Back side of that. Again, use the flappy parts. Junk was stiff. Louse Heinzle, Louse Heinzle. And I think this would be Louse Heinzle too, but I cannot. I'd have to look. So there we have that. One of the things that I made for it that I actually got to figure out where I put it. Quite proud. There it is. In a way. I originally had this on this ledger paper. It was a page in the signature. However, I put this on it and I just am not sure I like it. So here we go. I took a tea-dyed envelope, a coffee-dyed envelope that I had been given in Happy Mail. It was beautifully done, and I made a little flip down pocket. Again, I had it in there, and I'm just not happy with this. It might not be as bad as I thought it was yesterday. Anyway, so I die cut a maple leaf or a leaf out of there and put the acetate on the bottom, glued it to there, and obviously these are petals and parchment. These are the, cut apart mushrooms, and right there, and this is one of the journal cards, one of these. Actually, no, a companion one to this, not the same one. And then I shrank it, printed it on whatever, I think I did it at like really small, like 2 by 3, really small, and then tore that out. Again with that ribbon. I have some mushroom stamps, and I had actually stamped them onto mulberry paper last year, almost a year ago. And then with my, move this to the side as best you can. There. And then I put on my little label maker, the moral of the story. I know, but I had to. You can kind of see it. And then you open it, and then you pull out, so you have the cute little magic mushrooms background. And I did fold up a piece of backing paper from her that I had used, and I shoved it down there because it was just a little too long for this. Of course, I was putting it in that way. So anyway, at the time, I may take it out. Backing paper from, again, obviously, for this one. This one is strictly Elizabeth at Petals and Parchment because I just fell in love with these mushrooms. So it is a little, we'll show you, interest piece with a couple journal cards in it. So here's the front cover, and you open it up. And I had done these last year. All I did was, watercolor on book page. Another of her fussy cuts. And then, yeah, I think that's what it was. If it wasn't a fussy cut, I shrank a page down. I often do that. This is a page shrunk down. And then where's my other one? It's in there. There it is. As is that. Just coffee stain. And then, come on, get in there. All right. And then here is this is my original idea. This was. And then I added the pockets on it. So here we go. Here is this. And you can see the back. And then this one. Oop. And that's what it obviously looks on the back. I'll put some Tracy labels on there. And then a little tiny one. Little tiny. There you go. With the little tiny green one on the back. And then this one. And there we go. I had envisioned this as an interest piece on a page, and then I got this idea and ran with it. So again, the same book page, another little mushroom, again, a full page shrunk down, and yet another full page shrunk down. I absolutely adore these. Again, if they are still available on Elizabeth, Petals and Parchment, her Ko-fi page, run and get them. Okay, so here this is. That was my main idea, and I just couldn't stop until I did it. It is very fragile, and that's why I'm rethinking this whole thing. I don't know yet. Definitely not for something this thick. Which is why the mushroom doesn't really keep it down. Anyway, so I'll just pull it out. Just pull it out, put that there. This will go in here somewhere. Alright, so now let's get to the meat of the thing, and we're going to make a couple big fat journal cards for the front cover. Front inside cover. And here we go. I've got enough. Another coffee dyed that I did quite a while ago, because it's not my favorite thing to do. And I'm going to have to do some more unless somebody takes pity on me and sends me a bunch of coffee stained paper in like 32 pound. That's what I'm looking for. Anyway, so I just crumpled it up and we're going to slap that on there while we talk about what's been going on in everybody's lives. What have you been doing in the week? Yeah, an entire week's absence. Hang on, I gotta drink coffee. Anything interesting? What are y'all working on? My surgery went very well. Was not nauseated at all like the last, my last two surgeries. The pain was, pain. I took Vicodin, late Friday night. So day of surgery, late Friday night. And then I stopped on Friday night because, well, I was tired of, as Donna said, what's the point of you taking Vicodin when you're just going to throw it back up? That's what I'm talking about. And now my stomach is very unhappy and does not even like Tylenol going down. So for the most part, I go all day, most of the day without pain medicine. And the pain isn't that bad anyway. It really isn't. It burns a little bit where the stitches are, I have another week before that comes out. Those will come out on the 12th. And according to my doctor, that's when a lot of people choose to, when they've had the stitches out, is when they choose to stop wearing the cast. And it's not a cast like it encases your entire leg, like, plaster cast. It is just a hard, I don't even know what it's made out of. It's got a little soft, fuzzy white covering, I can tell you that much. It looks like cotton batting. And then over that, she, obviously dresses the wound on the foot. And then, what does she do? And then she just ace wraps it. However, so that's the thing. Next, on the 12th, when I go in and have my stitches removed, and I'm telling you, they're starting to holler right now. I bet by the time that 12th comes around, I will be like, if you do not take these off right now, I am going to be very mad. But my appointment's not till like 1:30 in the afternoon. Ugh. Anywho, because of my balance issues and my spatial awareness and the fact that I am not supposed to bear weight on that foot at all, and was forced to the first I think Wednesday was the last day that I actually almost lost my balance to the point that you just automatically put your foot down. And you're not supposed to do that. You are not supposed to put any stand on that foot at all. And, of course, klutzy me. We all knew this was going to be a problem. How long was it till she put her foot down and bore weight? Yeah, not even 24 hours. Well, maybe a little over. No, yeah, a little over 24 hours. I had it in the morning. My not surgical nurse. My pre-op nurse was a hoot. You know, she, a lot like me in humor. A lot like me in humor. I'd only wish she would have been my post-op, my recovery nurse, because, you know, just because she was so much fun. Alright, here we go. So we're gonna get that glue off my hands. Even though I have a... Anyway, Donna stayed with me the night of, and then left, I don't know, sometime Saturday. Let's see, she would have come over yesterday if we weren't having water issues, because, you know, my outside plants need another soaking. Some of them do. Not the ones on the patio, or the deck, I should say. The ones, you know, that are planted not in pots, semi-covered in shade. Because it was 90 on... Good night. When was it 90? Okay, she took me to my... It was 90 on Thursday. She took me to my first post-op. And I have x-rays. If anybody wants to see what they did, let me know. I will gladly share them. There's no revealing information other than just, oh my God. In my opinion, if I would have not had this done and looked at that, I would have been, oh hell no. That would have been my first reaction. Really, it doesn't. Anyway, so I was so scared, y'all. I was terrified. I had damaged my foot. I had, you know, negated everything she did. You know, she was gonna... Come on. What? Okay, why is this not wanting to go anywhere? There we go. You know, it's because you're not supposed to bear weight, and as many times as I had to do that or fall. And the last real big one was trying to come up the 2 steps from the kitchen. You gotta put, you know, I have an e-scooter downstairs, and so I, you know, front wheels on first step, and then I have to lift onto the second step and let the back wheels get onto the first step, and then do it again, you know, kind of push up with, you know, my foot on the bottom, you know, so I have to come up, like, go from the first step to the second step and kind of push, and then grab the door, like in the door jamb, and shut the door behind me. But anyway, that is where I really had an almost terrifying fall, because I would have fallen backwards, you know, onto my back and all that, and have the knee scooter fall right on top of my leg. That was terrifying. So anyway, I talked to a lady. I texted a lady from church, the one that Joe goes to as well. I mean, I'm a member, but I don't attend because I have anxieties and I don't like to leave the house. So anyway, so there's that. But, so I contacted her, and she has a special needs son who is not in a wheelchair. But there are, you know, a couple special needs, more special needs. How am I trying to say this? There are 2 more special needs parishioners at the church. So anyway, the point of that is I talked to her about getting a wheelchair for upstairs, because I'm just, you know, that fall really terrified me, and I was that I was going to ruin it. Y'all can see my scissors, can't you? All right. Maybe I did put them in here and just didn't think that I did. Anywho, continue on. So that one terrified me. Talked to her. She texted me a couple of days later and said they had a line on one, and it would be, you know, one will be here Saturday, and so is going to deliver it. So he does. His name was Steven. And it turns out Joe, bless his heart, I mean that in a good way, bless his heart, he talked to the church too. He went to church and he said he talked to the first usher he saw, and this is what she needs. Because I think a lot, because he saw my right shin when I almost took that fall, and it was just like a bruise cut on my shin with a couple scratches and one up on my thigh. Yeah, it was a pretty terrifying near fall. Anyway, so yeah, he went and did that, and just so wonderful. Is a great help, enjoys helping, enjoys what do you need, you know. He checks on the chickens once a day. Right now he's gathering eggs because like I said, my neighbors, Michelle has been doing it, and they went camping for the weekend, and they will be leaving again on Wednesday because that's just what they do. You know, they got themselves a travel trailer and they live life. Must be nice. No hiding behind the fence for them. Good for them. Anyway, so he is taking over egg duties when his caregiver comes once a week. He has, you know, has a once a week caregiver to give me a break. Comes in, they clean out the chicken coop because I can't get up there. I do, however, think that it may have affected my my egg production, not my personal egg production, because I don't have that anymore. But you know what I'm saying. I may sew around these. I'm thinking I might, but I can't just. It's behind me, and I actually totally could. But I'm not I have to go pretty slow because, well, if I blink, I go like that. I go off-roading. All I have to do is blink, and I go off-roading. So, I don't. Which one am I doing? No, if that wasn't. Oh, man, come on. I think part of the reason I have such a hard time with this is I use the double-sided tape. So, that's harder to get through. But, you know, my hand strength is not what it was ever. It never has been great. Anyway, so, and no, I'm not going to keep these, even though they're vintage, just because, well, you can only have so much. And I just spent all this time organizing. This one I may keep. It probably will not end up going anywhere, though. What I am using is ground espresso distressed oxide. Oh, I have a question. Can anyone tell me what the difference between distressed oxides and distressed inks are? Mitzi over at 307 Junk Journals has been using scorched timber a lot. I think it might go well with fall and, you know, Halloween. And I saw one on Amazon, and it was a duo. It was, in fact, it was the ink and the oxide. And when I hit it to, you know, you have the choice of prime or not, and I went to prime, and I couldn't find a single of the scorched timber and oxide. I could find oxide. I could find it in the distressed ink, but not the distressed oxide. So anyway, it lends me to go, what is the difference? I know there is. I've been told this, and it just didn't stick in my head. You know, it's kind of like, can you confirm what I'm thinking that it might be? Kind of, sort of, maybe. Anyway, so yeah, I have a wheelchair upstairs, and oh, it's so much easier. So much easier. You know, not killing my leg. The knee scooter cannot go upstairs because, for obvious reasons, it's not going to go down a flight of stairs, even if there's only 6 steps. It can barely manage 2 without killing the rider. So it's downstairs. The wheelchair's upstairs. I realized I can't even get myself to the store on my own. Because while I can drive there, I'm legally able to drive, you know, not on narcotics or anything like that. So, you know, they're like, as soon as you're off that, you're cleared to drive. As long as you don't have a stick. A stick that don't work. And it's my left leg. So I don't have to press the gas pedal. and I know I measured it correctly. They should just slide right in there, just like that. And these actually were the same page. There we go. I like that. Anyway, we have been going on and on for about 30 minutes. Let's see what else we can get up to. Let's go ahead and what was I gonna do? Well, while I'm doing this, let's put a little decoration on the page. Because, you know, I gotta finish my surgery story because I've been yapping about it for so long. These are gonna be the same measurements, and they were a little over 8 by 5.5. I'm talking to myself. Yes, I am. So, yeah. A little over. What did I measure it at? Oh, man. I'm having a major brain fart. Yes, 575, just 550. 550, and I think this is 525. 4.5, I think I did. Basically, I cut the page in half, and it wasn't full size. It was like an 8 by 10, and I cut it in half. Or I cut it to here. Cut it right here. Oh, you're not seeing that. Sorry. I cut it right here. And so, and it wasn't full size. We're gonna go a little bit over 5 1/4. All right, shut up and do. Shut up and do. Anyway, so this whole thing last week has just been about getting used to what's going on, and realizing that well, you just can't get up and go. You can't go, oh, look, I'm going to go get a cup of coffee. And boom, Bob's your uncle. There you are, having a cup of coffee. Oh, no. Why is that in there? Look what I found in there. One of my stamps that I used, something platinum, I think it is. Heat embossed it. And it was in there. I gotta do more of those. I got to do. So what I want to do, I think with here, is I'm going to take one of her background papers, as in Elizabeth over at Petals and Parchment, because, oh, is that beautiful? I absolutely love it. This is another one. That's junk with stuff. Those are all. Actually, I think that background paper that I showed you earlier may, in fact, be Gentle Studios. All right, here we go. This will be beautifulness. Beautifulness. I know. I'm taking forever, and I really kind of want to match the sizes. What does it matter? I'm just. What does it matter? It matters. Anyway, so I'm going to go a little bit under 8. Right about 8, because it was a little over 8. Let's put you back. It's taking me forever to do this today, because I can't think and craft and talk to you guys at the same time. See? I'm going to go just slightly smaller because it's just, as you can see, I cannot sew straight to save my life. I really can't. As much as I try hard, and I try hard to do so, it just, well, there you go. We might do this one for here. Nope, not. There goes there, and then we are going to do this one, this little over 4 1/4. If I remember correctly. that right because I just kind of, yes I did, and I just eyeballed it. Okay, let's find some more background paper and backing paper. And I know, a mess. I have a mess. The old teacher's desk drawer. I know, I love it so much. I just gotta tell you. So I'm going to crumple this up again. And if I really wanted to, and I could have done it for the first one, but I did not. Is take this, and when I point at this, I mean, it's like if it's not bad enough that I just suddenly can't focus on things, and ergo see them. I'm gonna have a mess on the desk too. Got my crackers right there. I've been so nauseated since surgery. Now, not from surgery. I did not wake up this time feeling sick, which just amazed me. I was just like, wow. Wow. You know, Jen took me. So Jen was in the room when I came in, and I really don't know what I did with that. It looks like this, but it's not that. It's not that one. Oh, for goodness. There it is. I did throw it in there. Ugh. Just please, Laura, please get your head in the game. And I'm not bothering doing the hole coming in from the edge. I'm not doing any of that because I don't want it to look that good. Alright, we'll get this done. We'll put these on there and then we will be done with this video, as boring as it probably is, and we will, and then I can decorate and do more and what have you. What time is it? Okay. Looking for Joe. Looking for love in all the wrong places. Jennifer and I were singing that. Oh, but we. Anyway, so she was waiting for me, and I woke up, and I was, you know, getting out there, and I was really surprised. I wasn't sick, but I was when I started taking the Tylenol. Anyway, oh, I was saying about, you know, with this non-weight bearing, some of you probably know, it is not easy to just get up and go, oh, I have to go to the bathroom. It's a production. It's like, okay, I get it. Get up. I can't stand up, except for on one leg, so I have to have something nearby. And despite your, whatever you choose, your, you know, vehicle of choice to get you around the house, it's still, especially, well, maybe with a knee scooter it would have been easier. But even then, you only have one leg. I have a whole new appreciation for amputees. I really, really do. I cannot imagine. Ugh. You know, you don't have a prosthesis yet? Oh, I'm so sorry. So I get up now and I, you know, transfer myself to the wheelchair and wheel it into the bathroom. And one of the reasons I'm very happy for this wheelchair as opposed to the wheeled walker that I had is the angle of my knee and my body. Because it is taller, it really is pretty tall. And I'm not the shortest person on the planet, but neither am I the tallest, or even average for a woman. So instead of, let me do this and I'll demonstrate, it puts my knee at a wrong angle, and then cocks up my left hip to where it was getting painful. You know, the good thing about the walker, and it's, you know, I haven't put it away, it's still in my room, I can readily accessible if I need it, but it has a little seat. It has a seat, it's a seat of a walker, and under the seat it has a little storage basket, if you will. You know, and so that was nice. I could load it up with something from my little tiny mini fridge and, you know, take it to the air fryer or making a sandwich or whatever I would be doing. You know, getting water for coffee, that kind of stuff. But again, instead of like the knee scooter, your knee is perpendicular. Like, okay, here's the bottom of the knee scooter. So it's perfect. It's straight, like it's supposed to be. But on the wheeled walker, I was forward like this. So instead of this, I'm like that. And that, you know, puts pressure. This is because it's narrow, very narrow. You don't have much room between the wheels of the wheelchair and the wall, the doorways, is what I'm trying to say. Oh my gosh, I've been having a really hard time with my words the last couple days. I was trying to explain something, and I just, yesterday I think it was, and I couldn't pronounce the correct word to save my life. It was really odd. You know, even though I have those issues, it was just, wow, what is going on with that? The more I tried to explain something, the worse, more tongue-tied I got, as they say. Anyway, so I'm very happy to have that wheelchair, and I'm just, bless Joe's heart. That looked really neat. And the one thing is, this is not straight. Oh, wait, I forgot. That was a half an hour ago. I put, just going to make deviled eggs, and they're already in there, and I need to put them in ice. Ice water to cool them down, but I don't need to because I totally forgot about it, and it's been like 45 minutes ago. I'm not going to have to do much cooling. I do mine in my Instant Pot. I've always had very good luck. Well, I've had Midland luck. The eggs turn out great. They peel as more easily than I've ever had an egg peel. The problem is I have an issue with them, the eggs cracking, and it's not just, you know, my homegrown eggs. It would be store-bought eggs too, and I don't know why. It may be because I wasn't adding enough water. We shall see. It seemed to me that last time I added a little bit more water and I had less of that issue, although I still had it. But the whole thing is you do 5, 5, 5. You put it on manual, set it for 5, walk away from it. It cools for 5 minutes, as in you don't release the steam or anything, you just let it sit for 5 minutes, and then you put it in an ice bath for 5 minutes, and boom, they peel like you wouldn't believe. I'm sure there are many other ways to do it. That is how I read somewhere on how to make deviled eggs in the air fryer, or you know what I'm saying, Instant Pot. Anyway, yeah, I'm really wanting to go back on the no carb eating, but I'm so nauseated all the time. I just can't. You know. So, I don't know. But that is my surgery. For anyone who wanted to know, I am excited for the results. But you know, this recovery is no joke. But again, I'm very happy at this point that I've had it done. I am excited to see if it solves my issues with shoes fitting and not hurting and all that good stuff. Even if it does kind of look wicked, and I'm gonna have a scar. Yeah, that wasn't that was a pretty substantial closing there. I mean, not like it was that long. It It wasn't what I expected. Again. But what do I know? I've never had this done before. I don't know of anyone who has had this done before, so I have no basis of comparison. And I'm off the screen. You're not missing anything. I am just inking. There. And doing so without really caring. If I get a little, tell myself I need to learn to get some more on there. Like, it doesn't matter. I do not like white edges, you know, like this, that's for sure. And I got a glue there. That's the one thing about the tape, is it does not last for forever. So I do put glue on top of it, and sometimes I'll miss a spot. Or there it is. Okay. There we go. Anybody been watching the Olympics? I have been. My go-to is the gymnastics. Just absolutely love it. Did you watch Katie Ledecky win again? Boy, that woman can fly. You know, I'm not a huge swimming fan, so I don't keep up with it. And you know, didn't hear her name until the Olympics that I knew of this year. But I'm telling you, wow! I watched her do the 1500 meter. It was just amazing. I mean, she was almost to the other end of the pool when one swimmer was still trying to get to the end of the other way. It was just amazing to me. She flies. She flies like a wind. They were saying that in water that she was actually faster than Usain Bolt over whatever. And she has swum in her lifetime. She has swum almost the circumference of the earth. Just wow. Anyway, so here we are. This is what we've done. 2 journal cards, not a whole lot. I yapped and yapped and yapped. Went through the flip through. The only issue I'm having with this is I can't get it to stop doing this. If anybody knows how to fix that, please, please, please give me a heads up. Let me know. And if you enjoyed what you have seen, please, please, please give me a thumbs up. Drop a comment in the comment box. What else? Like, subscribe, comment, share with friends, share with your friends' dogs, share with your friends' dogs, friends, and their owners. Yeah, that would be good. Yeah, so on that note, I don't think of anything else I can say that I wanted to say. I bid you adieu. Peace out. Bye, guys.